Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to Spain for round 5 of the 99 Formula 1 season. Let's get started.
Just before the free practice session begins, let's take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. Mika Hakkinen is running away with the Drivers' Championship. Michael Schumacher, second. Eddie Irvine, third.
We are 4th, Rubens Barrichello 5th, teammate Hill 6th, Panis shares 7th with Marc Genet, Julian Fisichella share 8th, and Ralf Schumacher is 9th.
Well, that covers the drivers. Let's take a quick look at the constructors next. Ferrari share the lead of the Constructors' Championship with McLaren. Jordan are second.
Stewart and Prost share 3rd, Minardi 4th, Benetton 5th, and Williams 6th.
Located just a few kilometers to the north of Barcelona, the superb Circuit de Catalunya combines medium-speed straights with an interesting selection of slow, medium, and high-speed turns. This dedicated motorsports facility is a good example of modern circuit design and is highly rated by most of the teams, both as a race and testing venue.
So, here we are in Spain, and as you can see, the weather is absolutely atrocious, which is going to pose an extra challenge during the qualifying session. It's been raining all day and it doesn't seem to stop anytime soon. However, we shall try our best and see how well we can qualify today. As we come around for our first qualifying lap, we had a chance to experience how the track feels, and it's very slippery. The car tends to slide all over the track, and it is quite difficult to handle. But we crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 44.594 seconds, placing us in 11th for the moment. With less than 5 minutes remaining of the session, we decide to go out again, but the weather hasn't improved at all. If anything, it's gotten worse. The track is even more slippery at the moment, but we crossed the line with a time of 1 minute 46.521 seconds, almost 2 seconds slower than our first attempt, and we are now in 18th. See you on the grid.
Hello there. Welcome to Spain for round 5 of the 1999 FIA Formula One World Championship. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Michael Schumacher, first. David Coulthard, second. Mika Hakkinen, third. Rubens Barrichello, fourth. Jarno Trulli, fifth. Olivier Panis, sixth. Ralf Schumacher, seventh. Giancarlo Fisichella, eighth. Villeneuve, ninth. Irvine consistently outpaced his championship rival, the Jordan driver. Damon Hill was consistently faster than his teammate. He starts 11th. Johnny Herbert, 12th. Alessandro Zanardi, 13th. Wirtz, 14th. Pedro Diniz, 15th. Alesi, 16th. Ricardo Zonta, 17th. The Jordan driver, 18th. De La Rosa, 19th. Takagi, 20th. Luca Badoa, 21st. Marc Genet, 22nd.
Here we are now on the grid, and after a rainy qualifying session, it feels nice to see the sun again. But the track is still a bit damp, so we have to be a little careful. And we're off. A rather slow start on our part, and it seems that one of the stewards is unable to shift into gear. We go off onto the grass to avoid a collision, but we spin the car and we get hit by Badoa. And it was Barrichello who was stuck on the grid. Let's see the replay. We start off quite slow, go right onto the grass, and there we see Barrichello, as the rest of the pack pulls away. And here we have Badoer's T-Cam. He's trying to avoid hitting the Arrows car, but instead hits us. Quite the hairy start for the Spanish Grand Prix. Janet is having gearbox problems. That should make it a little easier to overtake him. Here he is just in front of us. We get past him without any problems, but now we have to catch up to the rest of the pack, and despite being 3 seconds behind, it shouldn't take long before we catch up. In terms of the championship, we are doing quite well actually, although it is mostly thanks to last week's race where we finished second because all but 3 cars were still running by the end. But the season is still a long way from over. However, I will be quite pleased if we manage to end the season 6th, maybe 5th, but again, the season's end is still a bit far, this only being the 5th race of the season, and there are still 11 more to go. Anyway, back to the race. We lost about a second to the car ahead, so we should try to focus on the task at hand, hopefully catch up to the guys in front. And now, coming up on De La Rosa, you can see the track is still a bit wet, but we'll try to go for a pass. However, we tapped the rear of De La Rosa's car, which isn't the best thing in the world. And here we have the replay of that overtake. Now coming up on Tora Takagi, we will try to get around him as well, but this time we shall try to be a bit more careful. Getting onto the start-finish straight, we will enter his slipstream to give us a speed boost. And we pass Takagi with no incident, which is a good thing. So far so good. Despite a few hiccups at the beginning, the race goes smoothly. And just as I say that, there is an incident on the track. Well, I guess this was inevitable. Here we have Ralf Schumacher's rear wing view. And now onto Fisichella's T-Cam. So much for an incident-free race. But that's only to be expected during this period of F1. Now, on lap 7, we catch up to Zanardi and we shall attempt to pass him. And that goes quite smoothly. Now on to Deniz, then Alesi as we slightly tap his car. Luckily nothing bad happens. And we get past him. He regains his position, racing side by side. This is very exciting. But we retake the position. Now onto Herbert, then Zonta. And now we are in 8th. Coming up on Irvine, we get past him and we back off as we make contact with Fisichella. Then Zonta hits us and there's general chaos all around the track. Here we see Alesi, who we passed earlier. His engine begins to smoke. Deniz hits his car slightly and tries to push him around. Now we are looking at Trulli coming around. He hits Deniz, loses his front wing, Deniz his rear wing, and now onto Zonta. He smacks into our rear, causing us to lose our wing and damaging our suspension. We are now limping back to the pits. The car is very difficult to control, but I'm hoping that if we replace our broken wing, we will regain some control of our car, and maybe be able to at least finish the race. And as we wait for our wing to be replaced, some cars get ahead of us. and after nearly 40 seconds, we are ready to rejoin the track. However, it seems that our car is still very difficult to drive. Our suspension is severely damaged and there is nothing more that we can do. So I decide to pull over to the side of the road and call it quits. It's a bit disappointing that we have to retire from the race, but there is no reason for us to continue with a car that is so difficult to control. I'm not very pleased right now. I have to retire from a race, but oh well, there's really not much more that we can do. Maybe next time.
After that fantastic Spanish Grand Prix, let's take a look at the final results. Michael Schumacher first. David Coulthard second. Mika Hakkinen third. Giancarlo Fisichella fourth. Eddie Irvine fifth. Jarno Trulli sixth. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Mika Hakkinen first.
Michael Schumacher second, Irvine third. We still maintain fourth. Barrichello is fifth. Coulthard shares sixth with Fisichella. Damon Hill seventh. Trulli, Panis and Genet share eighth. And Ralf Schumacher ninth.
Ferrari maintain their lead of the Constructors' Championship. McLaren are second, whilst third place is held by Jordan.
Prost fourth. Stewart fifth. Benetton sixth. Minardi seventh. And Williams eighth. Well, that was a slightly disappointing race, but now it's time to pack up and get ready for our next race, which will take place in Canada. I'm looking forward to get there, but until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.